Hey there, kiddos, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank. I'm that you are having a great day, and today's video is all about the news because in today's video, I'm going to be sitting back in my very relaxing squeaky chair and talking with all of you guys about a recent blog post put out by Jim Butler over on the Paizo official blog. This is a doozy, so I'm going to read it all and then give you guys my thoughts at the end of it. So, all that said, let's get right into it. The blog is titled Paizo Restructuring, a Difficult Update About Our Future. Over the last year, Paizo has been navigating one of the most challenging periods in our company's history. I want to speak to you directly about what happened, how it has affected us, and the steps we're taking to promote the future of Pathfinder and Starfinder. This is a hard update, but you deserve clarity, and we remain committed to being open with our community. How we got here. In January of last year, our longtime book trade distributor, Diamond Comics, declared bankruptcy. Diamond handled Paizo products for major retailers like Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and Ingram, and our agreement with them was based on consignment, meaning we paid to ship products to their warehouse and were only paid when those products sold. When Diamond collapsed, the situation became far more complicated. J.P. Morgan Chase claimed a lien on all products stored in Diamond's warehouse, including nearly $10 million in Paizo inventory. We currently cannot access this inventory pending ongoing litigation. Paizo and dozens of other publishers have been in court ever since, fighting to reclaim our own products. Diamond's exclusive contract prevented us from immediately moving to a new distributor, even after they stopped selling our books. A judge terminated that contract earlier this year, but Diamond has appealed, delaying resolution. The result has been devastating. Paizo lost nearly $2 million last year, had to write off nearly $500,000 in additional sales covered by the bankruptcy, and book trade sales remain far below historical levels. While sales through Paizo.com and hobby retailers have grown over the same period, they have not been sufficient to offset these losses. We are back in the book trade today with a new partner, but the book market has not yet recovered. We must make difficult decisions now. The next section is titled Layoffs. As part of our effort to address our core business and adapt to the current business environment, Paizo will be conducting layoffs impacting 12 employees. Acknowledging that layoffs are sometimes necessary, Paizo management and the United Paizo Workers Union established a clear, fair process for implementing layoffs. Following those terms, Paizo has given the union 20 business days notice of positions scheduled for reduction in force and may propose alternatives. Employees may volunteer for layoffs. Otherwise, the least senior employee in each impacted business unit is affected. Impacted employees will receive 1 week of severance per year of service with a minimum of 2 weeks. Those affected will have 12-month recall rights. These decisions affect people we care about deeply. We are doing everything we can to support them through this transition. Next up is organized play. Pathfinder Society and Starfinder Society have always been labors of love, programs we've supported as marketing investments to grow in-person play at game stores and conventions. But the needs of retailers, conventions, and home groups have evolved over time, and the cost of producing scenarios has grown significantly. It's time to evolve organized play using a tool perfect for transitioning the campaigns to its dedicated players: the Pathfinder and Starfinder Infinite publishing programs. Pathfinder Infinite and Starfinder Infinite. We will be releasing new logos and adding dedicated Infinite sections to the Paizo store, bringing independently created Pathfinder and Starfinder products directly into the spotlight on Paizo.com. Authors and members of the community interested in producing sanctioned independent adventure scenarios for use with the current Pathfinder Society and Starfinder Society programs will be able to do so under clear guidelines that we will release before Gen Con. Official scenarios. Paizo will continue publishing Pathfinder Society and Starfinder Society scenarios at the current rate as normal through October. After that, we will shift to 2 scenarios per month, one for Pathfinder Society and one for Starfinder Society. In addition to regular availability on Paizo.com, these monthly scenarios will be enhanced by our new Pathfinder printable line of home printed miniatures and will also appear as bonus content for subscribers to the Pathfinder printables line on myminifactory.com. We also have 2 major organized play themed hardcovers coming early next year. The Chronicles of the Pathfinder Society Adventure Anthology, releasing in March, presents 6 classic Pathfinder Society scenarios in updated and expanded 2nd edition rules, with all adventures sanctioned for current PFS play. Neat. The Starfinder's Invasion's Edge Adventure Path April collects more than a dozen popular scenarios from Starfinder Society's debut season into an enhanced campaign you can play or replay as part of the Starfinder Society campaign. We know organized play has seen a lot of changes recently, and that some of these have been frustrating or disruptive to our venture officers and player community. It is our earnest desire to stabilize both programs and expand them from a position of strength. But right now, things are not working and we need to fix them. Paizo remains committed to organized play in the long run and will continue to invest substantially in these programs as we move forward. And then the last section, I believe. Oh no, there's 2 more. Free PDFs. Beginning July 1st, we will end the automatic granting of free PDFs of non-Society Paizo products to volunteers. Venture officers will continue to receive free access to Paizo-produced Society scenarios, including those yet to be released, as we evaluate our current free PDF policies. We may still offer selective grants to venture officers when this audit is concluded, but the volume of free products we've been distributing is no longer financially viable. Yeah. Foundry support. We've invested heavily in Foundry VTT modules for organized play scenarios, but sales have not covered development costs. We will finish the current season, then pause VTT support for new Society modules until we can either reduce costs or increase revenue. These changes are not a retreat. Paizo believes strongly in the power of organized play and always will, but the current publishing model for Society scenarios is not working, and we need to slow down, stem the financial loss from a struggling program, and evaluate where to go from here. What's next? Despite the challenges, there are real reasons for optimism in the medium term. We've partnered with Independent Publishers Group to rebuild our book trade presence. Sales are still recovering, but we are in a better position than we were in 2025. The new Paizo store is performing better than the old store and will soon allow us to launch a direct-to-retail program, enabling local game stores to order directly from Paizo, yes, including a complete backlist catalog that has often been difficult to source through conventional channels, yes. We expect your favorite local game store to be able to open a retailer account with Paizo in the next few months. These measures will take time to bear fruit. The difficult decisions we're making now will ensure Paizo can continue to thrive in 2026 and beyond. To our customers, freelancers, partners, and volunteers, thank you. Your passion is the reason these worlds exist. We remain committed to the stories we've built together and the people who bring them to life. Jim Butler. Excellent. So, my thoughts overall are yes. I was aware for a while now that the Diamond situation has been a strong negative blow to Paizo in particular, and I believe it's rather unfortunate that they have to go through this rocky transition period. Full disclosure, I'm not a huge fan of Pathfinder 2nd edition, nor am I a huge fan of Starfinder in general. I have played it, but even if I'm not a huge fan of 2nd edition Pathfinder, I still want to see it succeed, because if nothing else, I do believe that Pathfinder is a better alternative to Dungeons & Dragons, especially in the current gaming landscape. I don't agree with everything Paizo does. They have some publicity stunts and public statements that I don't necessarily agree with, and how they treat their core audience isn't necessarily the greatest in my opinion. But at the end of the day, I still like a lot of what they're doing, and I still like a lot of what they're publishing. It's rather telling that they have decided in this rough time to cut back on a lot of what they're publishing in terms of the society scenarios. Now, Paizo has been producing monthly scenarios basically since before Pathfinder as a game was even fully published, okay? Back when it was still D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, they were working on that because, yeah, once upon a time, this was a D&D ancillary group. But yeah, they've been publishing monthly adventures since 2008, I think. So it's been a while. They've been at this for quite a bit. And those costs, the cost of writing and assembling and publishing these adventures, that is adding up over time. And yes, like they said, it only gets more and more expensive. So I believe that yes, it's a good idea for them to, while they're experiencing some financial difficulties, to cut back on the adventures. Personally, I think they should have been cutting back on them a while ago, focusing on giving more clear, concise adventures at a slower pace. You know, in all honesty, the society scenarios, you only really need 1 or 2 a month, in my opinion, rather than the deluge we've been getting at least since I've been playing. Some of the things I mentioned, yeah, it is unfortunate that they're laying anybody off. That is just unfortunate in general. I am interested about the Chronicles of the Pathfinder Society anthology, if only because I had been led to believe that a lot of the original Society scenarios were just not compatible with 2nd edition rules. So I'm guessing they're updating that, and I'm curious to see what's going to go on there. I'm excited. You know, one thing that was very positive about this news was with their new publisher group and with their new restructuring to the store, looks like game stores will soon be able to order directly from Paizo. That's a good thing because, oh boy, do I remember being a game store trying to get Paizo products back in the day, and it wasn't the easiest thing. I had to go through GTS, I think. I think it was GTS, and GTS was not great for me personally to work with. For books, I should at least say. For boxes, like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, they were fine, but for like published books, it was always difficult. But yeah, overall, this is unfortunate. I hope that it's a dick move for anyone to try and keep hold of the property that's not really theirs. So I hope that this whole Diamond lawsuit thing, or Diamond bankruptcy thing, smooths over soon, and that Paizo can get back some of their product, and that at the end of the day, they can get some of those sales back. $2 million is not nothing to sneeze at. And that is a helicopter overhead. And like I said, I hope that this smooths over. I hope that Paizo comes back stronger. And while like I said, I'm not personally super interested in playing 2nd edition, I am interested in seeing what exactly their backlist catalog is going to look like, because if stores can order some 1st edition books and some 1st edition thin books and adventures, that would be kind of nice. Overall, Paizo, I think, has been making improvements over the last year, especially. Overall, I have been keeping an eye on their website, the news store, and all that jazz, just to see what I can get a hold of, because I do still have some old minis that I would like to have more of. But that's neither here nor there. Basically, this is an unfortunate situation. It is sad to see that they are struggling because of something that isn't really even their fault. Yes, you know, consigning off your products isn't the smartest thing, but it's just kind of the industry standard when it comes to distribution companies. So you can't really blame them for that. Overall, the whole Diamond situation is not Paizo's fault. It's the Diamond distribution company's fault. And Paizo just happens to be one of several victims of this ongoing bankruptcy. So it's unfortunate, and I hope that everything turns out well for them in the end. So that's all I got for you kiddos today. Please like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. Leave a comment down below if you agree with me, disagree with me, think I'm crazy for talking about Pathfinder in the TCG world that we live in today on YouTube. Besides that, check out the Discord, the Patreon, the TCG player link. There's that TCG thing again. And I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.